another title fight on this card, and that was Erislandy Lara versus Johan Gonzalez, and that was for the WBA middleweight title that Lara holds. We were supposed to get the fight versus Janibek. Janibek had popped for a test. After the findings, the fight was off, and in replacement, we get Johan Gonzalez. The last-minute replacement comes in and saves the day. Credit to both of these guys. What a fun fight. We started off over at the YouTube channel here, the fight. We were doing this fight. We did the Foster Fulton as well in the live stream. And you nailed it. You said what he was. You watched some film on Gonzalez. You said that he's going to throw a lot of punches. He's going to leave openings. And that there might be the chance for Lara to score the KO, which he almost did in the final seconds. But you expected it to go rounds. You gave over 8.5 rounds for that fight. And you said, yes, it would go the distance during the live stream at plus 250. Gave that out in the third round.
He'll give you a chance to do two things at that point. He'll give you a chance to work, to out-hustle, maybe catch up a little bit. But more importantly, in this fight, he'll give you a chance to last rounds, because he's fighting at a more contained pace. And if I'm a betting man, I'm saying, hey, last-minute fight. It seems like Gonzalez came in good condition. He was getting ready for something. His weight was good. He looks good. Maybe you want to go rounds. Maybe you want to take a play, that's going to go rounds.
Lara's minus 2,800. And unless you like Gonzalez, nobody's touching that. But will the fight go the distance? You could still get back plus 250.
Yeah, I would take 250. And again, it's a gamble. I guess that's why they call it gambling.
You were spot on. I said before, credit to both of these guys. Lara for taking this tough opponent on short notice with a lot of heart, very awkward and unorthodox, throwing a bunch of punches. And Gonzalez coming in, not to just survive or get a paycheck. He was trying to win up until those final seconds. Fun fight to watch. Lara in complete control, retains the title. Just want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, that's why Gonzalez, with seconds left, almost got knocked out because he was trying. He was always trying. He could have, mailed it in at some point, gave a great effort, last-minute replacement. He earned his paycheck. He could have said, okay, I'm going to survive the last few, and I'm not going to throw as many. Therefore, there'd be less chance of Lara countering or catching me, coming in, timing me in between one of my wide shots. Because one thing a counterpuncher like Lara needs, cooperation. He needs the opponent to give him something to counter. And if Gonzalez stopped giving him something to counter, Gonzalez wouldn't have got dropped in the last round. It would have been much less risk for him. But to your point, he was there to try to win. And that's why with seconds left, and I said it on the live stream, rounds before that, this ain't over till it's over. Like Yogi Berra says, it ain't over till the last bell rings. There's a chance for Lara to catch him with a straight left hand because he'd been catching with straight left hands from the southpaw position, Lara being a southpaw, where he was catching him splitting a guard down the middle. But what he wasn't doing, he wasn't blinding him with the jab first. If you blind the guy with the jab and then the left hand's right behind it, if it was an orthodox fight, it'd be blind him with the left and right hands right behind. If you do that, you can score a knockout because the guy don't see it coming. But as long as Gonzalez could see it, he could survive it. But it was getting closer and closer to Lara nailing him one of those left hands where he didn't see it. And he finally did with seconds left, almost got the knockout, didn't get it. And at the end of the day, it was a little bit of a bonus, I guess you could say, that we put out there for people to grab a little something if they felt like it. And some of our people in the ropes commented that they did get on that. So that cushioned the blow a little bit for me in the Foster Fulton one. That made me feel a tiny bit better. But give credit to Gonzalez taking the fight on short notice, putting forward that kind of effort. And give credit to a 40-year-old Lara who's always in great shape, who takes care of his body, who's been around, has been a champion for so long. He is the epitome of really, in a lot of ways, of what Mayweather was always the epitome of. If you're a smart, solid defensive fighter, again, a pursuer of the sweet science, a follower of the sweet science, a participant of the sweet science, you could be around longer than most people are around. And that's Lara. He's still around, and he's still around at a good level. I know that he's been beating a lot of these guys in the last couple of years that are not quite at his level of ability. There's no doubt about that. There's levels to this. And Lara shows with these levels, even at 42, those levels, they really show. They really stand out. And straight beats round. Lara's straighter punches beat the round. Even at 42, his legs, he does a motorcycle around the ring. He did a little more of that when he was younger. But now he steps off, he moves lateral, he sets traps, he changes range on you. Again, he uses that length, that long jab to set up his straight left-hander power punch for a southpaw. He sets traps on you. The guy is still doing a hell of a job at 42. He deserves a lot of credit. He gets a lot of credit over here. He used to get knocked a little bit for not being an exciting fighter. And he's much more entertaining than he was when he was younger. And there was more emphasis with the legs on the defense. Now he sets himself. And he's even more of a puncher now because he sets himself to punch. He still has that defensive acumen, but he steps off. He doesn't just run off. And he's always in control, always ready to fire. Not just defend, but to fire. He is a guy that's a practitioner of the sweet science. 42 years old. He's magnificent.